Everybody, welcome to Jacob's Quest, and it looks like 2 days ago, I'm really behind, we got a brand new trailer for Final Destination Bloodlines, which I reacted to that first little clip that they released about a month ago, and, you know, one major question I had was, why is this called Bloodlines? Because, you know, Final Destination is not one of those horror franchises that has a cast of reoccurring characters where you can have, like, you know, legacy characters show up, or the next generation of their family, or anything like that. So anyways, let's go ahead and check this out, and let's find out why it's called that. Okay, family barbecue.
Drinks all around. Family, you don't get to pick the one you get. Just gotta love the one you got.
Okay, well, I guess there's family, so
I always
Bloodlines.
knew this day would come.
I got it.
I don't think you got it.
I held him off for years.
Charlie,
Is it
get
good?
up here.
He's a relentless son of a bitch.
Oh, Rick. This is the most dangerous
Won't
backyard
stop till he
ever.
finishes the job. Death is coming for our family.
I said, oh,
Is that supposed to be somebody? Ooh. Jeez. Okay. Well, that's one way to go.
What's happening to us?
Years ago, I had a premonition that started it all. I saw what death was about to do.
Wow. That's crazy. Okay.
I saved a lot of lives that night.
Everyone needs to get off the dance floor!
Lives that were never meant to be saved.
So you're kind of doing a
Death doesn't
prequel
like it when you mess with his plans.
within a sequel. All right.
This book, it will show you everything you need to know to keep our family safe.
It all started with Grandma. Death is coming for us because we were never supposed to exist. Watch out!
Ah.
Only by embracing death will it pass you by.
Hey.
Maybe Death's not actually coming for our family. Because that would be crazy.
Wait a minute.
Good luck.
That was that Tony Todd? I think it is, yeah. So I think one thing I'm kind of curious about is the clip that we saw a little bit ago. Hold on. Okay, the clip that we saw in the tattoo parlor, wasn't it this guy who we saw get killed? So okay, well, he can't die there then, right? So that must be another premonition of him, like, or maybe he just almost gets hit. Because yeah, we saw him get killed in the other clip, the tattoo shop. So we know this guy can't die there because he dies in the other scene. Is that?
Everyone needs to get off the dance floor!
That almost looks like Jennifer Lawrence, but I can't. I don't think it is, but it almost looks like her. Okay, so that's interesting. Okay, well, I definitely got my answer here as to why it's called Bloodlines, and that's a fascinating concept. That so this grandma had a premonition a long time ago, and you know, just through the fact that she lived and had all these children, and now there's grandchildren. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. There's basically a bunch of people that are not supposed to have ever existed because she was supposed to have died a long time ago. That makes a ton of sense, right? Okay, got it. Bloodlines title makes... Okay, that's really good. That's clever. They kind of did, or at least they played around with a similar idea in Final Destination 2, where they had, like, all the characters in that movie were not supposed to be alive at that point because the ripple effect of the people in the first movie surviving ended up causing other people to survive later just through circumstance. So okay, like a more extreme version of that idea. That's kind of cool. I guess my only question now is so normally in these movies, not that the rules have ever been very consistent at all, but normally in these movies, a character gets a premonition, they survive that initial thing, and then over the course of several months, you know, sometimes they jump a few months, sometimes they jump a year, whatever, you know, that's when they one by one start dying, all the people that were supposed to die, right? That's pretty much how every movie goes. So how is it that she has made it, you know, all the way to being an old lady? How did that manage to happen? You know, and she even narrates here, like she says it all throughout the beginning narration, how, you know, like, oh, I've been waiting on this day. I knew he was gonna show up for me, you know, death, right? But I don't know, that's more patient than we've ever seen death be, you know, to like, you know what, I'm gonna let her live an entire life, let her have a bunch of kids, and then those kids are gonna have a bunch of kids, and then I'll come for them. That's fascinating. I wonder why that would be the case. I don't know. I also do want to get a look at this. Okay, here we go. Okay, so the book, look at that. Yeah, here, let's turn the volume off. Let's take a look at this real quick. Okay, so they do show, let's see, okay, obviously the log truck from part 2, right? And then look at that. Okay, so so flight 180 from part 1. Okay. There's a lot of writing here. Someone somewhere is breaking down all of this writing. Let's see, worst seats, something, change of survival. Okay. So yeah, basically all the stuff that you would normally see here. Oh, what is this? Okay, we see these are, I'm assuming these are all just from the different movies. So a fire extinguisher got punctured. Someone got hit by, let's see, something random from trauma. Is this the falling brick that killed the main guy? There's a weather vane. I don't know. So someone is someone has already deciphered all of this. But okay, so it looks like Grandma has been keeping track of all this. Now, The Last Final Destination ended as a surprise prequel to the first movie, and I suppose now they're making it so the grandma here, her past event happened obviously even earlier than that. It looks like the 60s at some point, right? That's a pretty cool idea. I enjoy that. I think my one thing, and I don't know if this is going to be the movie to do it, my one thing about this franchise has always been, like, if you're gonna just keep making these movies, then it feels like eventually, one day, you're gonna have to do a little bit more explaining as far as why are people getting premonitions? You know, who is it that's sending them premonitions to avoid these death traps in the first place, right? Like, what is even causing all this to be kicked off? Because Death has a plan, tries to kill a bunch of people all at once, and then for some reason, seemingly a random person there, it can just be anybody, there doesn't seem to be anything special about them, they get a vision of the future where they save everyone's lives, and then the plot gets to kick off, and that just keeps happening, you know? And they're not like they don't seem to be like psychic individuals or related in any way or special otherwise, you know. So what's up with the premonitions in the first place? That's something I've always wanted to know. You know, if Death is the one who's after them because you broke the rules and you avoided what the big plan was, then who's sending them premonitions? Is it Life? Is Life sending them premonitions to try and save them? I don't know. One day I do want an answer as to what's going on there. You know, how they would answer that, I don't know, but you know, it's more of a, I guess, a metaphysical, strange question, whereas these are just people trying to survive. And yeah, I do think the other thing about this franchise is that, like, they come up with really creative ways to kill people, but also sometimes the things that they have kill people would not necessarily always be fatal, but like if the plot requires it, suddenly people are just water balloons. You know, they get hit by a truck and it's like, he's not necessarily dead. It's like, oh, but they exploded with blood, so now they're dead, you know? Or like this truck's driving in a residence, but they seem to be going like 80 miles an hour, you know? So you're like, why would they be going that fast to explode someone? I don't know. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Let me know your theories as to like, are we ever gonna get more answers as to why this stuff happens, or is this just gonna be another? I mean, it's a cool idea. Like I like the idea that, you know, because one person lived, the ripple effects of them living their lives, now there's a lot more people that death has on its list because you were not supposed to be alive, right? I guess my only real, you know, as cool as that idea is, my only real issue there is, would that not seemingly be infinite ripple effects? Because, I mean, think about that, right? Like, the grandma lived, so all these people are now, you know, they all now exist when they were not supposed to exist, right? But because those people, they do exist, they have already, you know, touched the lives of everyone that they've ever interacted with. So, you know, they probably have inadvertently messed with whatever, you know, destiny was involved there, right? Like, you know, someone didn't go somewhere because this person talked to them for a second, and so they didn't get in their car crash, which means that this other person wasn't over there when they were supposed to, you know, like, it just infinite, right? Like, just infinite ripple effects. So I don't know, like, as cool as an idea as this is, you start thinking about it a little too much. You're like, well, wait a minute, like, how many people have these people have interacted with? How many times have there been close calls or almost things that could have possibly been, you know, fatal things? I don't know. I'm thinking too much about it. It's gonna be a fun, you know, silly, you know, Rube Goldberg. Is it Rube Goldberg? Anyways, complicated death mechanisms of highly improbable things happening all at once in order to kill one person. You know, it's gonna be a series of those. It's gonna be, you know, a silly, ridiculous, you know, gory time. Hopefully it's one of the better entries. You know, this franchise, I would say, has only had like maybe 2 actually bad entries, but most of them are pretty solid, actually. You know, like, as far as horror movie sequels go, surprisingly they have a pretty good track record. So anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.